Hello guys, I'm gonna do a commentary on my plus 22 top run, which I did earlier today. Um, so hopefully I can talk about more, maybe tips on how to play Arcane in decently high Mythic Plus keys. So we had a beer tank and a monk, so we decided to go everything with boss here. I'm just trying to build my Arcane Harmony stacks before I can actually CD, focusing a bit on relic there, because people will go huge damage. Always praying to crit here, even though I didn't. Neither the first time, neither the second time, and then, yeah, the elemental kind of stole the aggro there, which is fine. Basically, since there are so many adds, Arcane Explosion makes more damage than trying to build up your Arcane Harmony stacks, so I just spammed Arcane Explosion until the adds died. And having the 4-piece, I tried to get as many full stack barrages into that Touch of the Magi window of 12 seconds. Yes, so basically, you know, use all your CDs, do the basic rotation. I did AP into 2 Arcane Explosions, Barrage, Arcane Orb, Barrage again, and then just spam Arcane Explosions, and then Barrage again whenever I'm at 4 stacks. And when these 3 add cleaves come, when the other small adds died, I'm just building up to 18 Arcane Harmony stacks, trying to get 4 Arcane Charges, and then I just do a Barrage, and then I just wait for my cooldowns. As you can see here, since it's more single target, I did 4 Arcane Blasts into 1 Barrage. Keep in mind, you have to wait, I think it's 0.1 seconds or something like that, the Barrage after the first 4 Arcane Blasts. So basically you don't have to queue the Barrage into the cast, or only you won't get the full buff of Kirin Spark. Your Barrage will only work with the 3rd buff, not the 4th one. And you can't queue a 5th Arcane Blast because your double legendary won't work on both your 5th Arcane Blast and your Barrage. Luckily we had a great timer on this boss as well, so I used my CDs twice. Here I'm using right now my 45-second CDs, which is Rune of Power, Kirin Spark, Touch of the Magi. This is actually great. Kinda struggling here to get 18 stacks for the next pool, but I know I will have AP and all CDs for the next pool. We're going Lich Wing, so tank has CDs as well. We're just gonna do a very big pool here. So basically we're just gonna take like as many souls as possible. On pools with a lot of adds that die very little, it's arguable to say that your Barrage doesn't even do that much damage compared to your Arcane Explosions. So you don't want to do 2 barrages. You don't want to do Arcane Explosion, Barrage, Arcane Orb, Barrage. You just do 4 Arcane Explosions, a Barrage, Arcane Orb, Barrage again. So you're gonna see it here. By the way, you are able to see my spells on the bottom left of the screen, so you can see exactly the order in which I play my spells. Yeah, so this is what I did. I did Touch of the Magi, 1, 2, 3, 4 explosions, Barrage. The ad died already because it's Tyrannical, so ads just get deleted. Yeah, apparently they nerfed a bit Bear Tank, but it's still insane. Did 80k on this pool. It's not like we needed monk CDs or anything. And this is actually a great timer for our CDs as Arcane. Basically we do a big pool here and use our CDs, which is AP. Then we have 45-second CDs for the first big guy, which comes up next, and then we have again AP for the bigger pool downstairs, which is a bit scarier. We always want to have CDs for that. Yeah. I thought we had taken less souls here, but he took 11 souls, and we just had this one for the funnel on the Guardian. That's not the worst thing ever, but yeah. Usually you, if possible, you wanna have like 3 souls for this. This is like so good for the funnel, but it depends, I guess, on the class you have and on how CDs of the whole group work with the dungeon run. Yeah. Always try to have 18 stacks before the beginning of the next pool. Not that it matters for the for this next one, but generally try to keep that in mind. It's very important so that you can CD right away. You don't have to build up your stacks, especially on Tyrannical where where packs die very fast. I didn't get the spell steals of these. I should have. Here, as you can see, I'm not even using Barrage because I'm not sure the ads are gonna die like long enough for me to build up my stacks again for next pool, because I really want my CDs for next pool. What we're doing here is we've tried to kill them both at the same time, because you get out of combat for like half a second and you can click the portal. 4 of us managed to do it, but not the last one. By the way, this is a pug run, so I don't know any of these people. That's why I'm writing so much in the chat. Here, if you crit, basically the pack dies, but I didn't crit, sadly. I still did a lot of damage, you're gonna see. Yeah, so that's what, a bit less than 80k. Yeah, 90k without a crit. Just imagine if Arcane Mages would crit when they want to, man. One more mistake I did here is I was upstairs on those little stairs, so when I blinked, the blink actually did nothing to me. I mean, I blinked into nothing because blink sometimes doesn't work down the stairs, because that makes reason. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. Make reason, what is this? Can't even speak. Yeah, and here I'm just using my 30 seconds cooldown. As you can see, I'm not using Touch of the Magi because we're gonna get the herb buff, which is gonna give me back my full CDs for next pool. Yeah. Also, is like so good for Arcane if you're wondering if you should get like Vi or maybe on lower keys and you're more of a casual player. Always get like you. Arcane doesn't benefit almost at all from haste. It's our least important stat, and it gives us full mana, which is like so great. Not have to worry about when do I use evocation, can I manage to burn my mana right away. I'm trying to CD here. Sadly, I mean, usually tanks mark Skull the target they want you to focus, so that's why I CD'd Skull. But he was too far from both and the other guy. Oh my god, I failed so much there. Skull was a bit far from the other Dark Speaker and so I didn't get the funnel on both of those. When I'm talking about when I say funnel, I'm talking about the talent that makes your barrage hit 15% more damage per target it hits. So what this means is you basically want as many small targets, up to 4, next to your main target, so you do more damage to the main target. Spiteful is a is a shit affix anyways for TOP, since you waste so much time and since I died as well. But we're going very fast, because as you can see, this bear tank so far is doing 21k overall, which is pretty insane. Yeah. I think I got the spell still on this shield. It's like so good, because if people miss kicks, it doesn't really matter. Because you can't die. Like for you, it matters for the group, of course. And here, basically, I really want... I should have used Touch of the Magic here, to be honest. You don't want to CD on pool on the next boss, you want to CD on the first hands, even if you get the buff or you don't, because the risk is worth taking. So I would have gotten Touch of the Magic back. I don't know why I didn't. I guess I just let the Monk and the DH do some DPS. No, I'm just kidding. That was a mistake. Here we should have synced better the way we killed the ads, so we kill them at the same time and we can click on the thing. You can as well invis here and click on the portal, but doesn't really give you anything, and it's faster to kill the shade for the group overall. So yeah, there's that. See, we're talking about losing the first hands. I didn't get the buff on the first set of hands, I think, but I got it on my other set of CDs, which was pretty fine. What you want to do here on pool is pre Rune of Power, use Arcane Orb to get charges if you don't have, and then immediately use Barrage on the Relic, because I think the boss has more chances of gripping you, so using the hands buff, damage buff on you if you're like top DPS. But the DH was this time, so it didn't matter. I just lasted a bit early so I can use my CDs. I used my Ruby on I don't know if you noticed, so I can get more crit from my trinket. And here I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can during the touch of the Magi window. I have my 45 second CDs ready for this phase, so going straight into it. Look how fast I had my CDs back. Okay, it's only 45 seconds, but still it's... I also got a crit on it. 114k crit on a 45 second CDs is really, really good. Touch of the Magi exploded for 111k. Here I'm burning my mana without any concern, because I have 2 mana gems up and then the evocation ready, so it's like I just want to have enough mana, which is about 40% I would say for your CDs, which are coming up. So right now I think I'm gonna use the mana gem. That's what I would have used. Yeah, I did. And using CDs right away, using potion. Oh no, I didn't use potion. I did. What the fuck? I just did it late. Anyways. That was pretty nice as well, because I used my CDs during the buff. I don't think the buff was up for my barrage though. Had to check that again, but my doubt procced here, and I'm trying to take it as late as possible so I can get it with this buff, so they stack up. That's why I waited so long before turning. I have to wait for these souls. Oh, same thing. The doubt just procced, which is actually great. I'm gonna get it now, use my 45 second CDs. And I think I will Ruby as well here. So use my trinket, even though it's not my big CDs. Why? Because the boss has really low HP, so the chance of me critting is really high, which I did. Burning through those clear casting procs is also really good on that, because I have a high chance of critting on them, and they do quite a lot of damage if you do. I don't think I'm risking here using a barrage, because I really want 18 stacks for the next pull. Next pull generally is the big pull in the gourd shop first room. We didn't talk about the route before, so I couldn't know, but this is like general thing everybody does. Yeah, see, the tank just asks. Monk is kinda sad because he doesn't have all CDs, but Druid and me will carry this pull, even though I didn't crit again on the big pull, man. I was kinda lucky on bosses with crits, but kinda unlucky here. Okay, so straight before the pull, I use mirror images. I use pre-invis. Oh, I did crit here. Okay, that's nice. I used invis for the wall, just so I don't die to random cleaves or jumps or casts that I'm not kicking because I'm focused too much on doing DPS. Maybe that's a mistake of me. Better players would have just kicked or like focus kicked a certain target. But this is just a POG and it's only a 22, so it's not like a 28 or something. So we had AP for that pool. We have our 45 second CDs for this pool. and you're gonna see how nice pulls should align in a TOP for Arcane Mages. Like, it's... oh my god, I got a crit here as well. Damn, that was really nice. Trying to do as much possible damage on the Touch of the Magi target, even though it's almost dying. I think it's worth it because it explodes like to the other targets. I think it depends on the number of cleave adds you have, but I'd say generally it's worth it. Even if your Touch of the Magi target is almost dying, still do damage to it because it does damage to the other ones. If you have at least a few targets around it, I'd say about 4. Problem here is I didn't know the route because we haven't talked about it, so sometimes we skip the big guy on the bridge, sometimes we skip everything on the bridge. We didn't skip anything here, and that's what my bet was on, because it's Tyrannical, so it's pretty fine to play it. So I just used all my CDs here, prayed for a crit, and didn't get it, of course. Still did pretty, like, a lot of damage on that Butcher, so he died quite fast. And basically, since we want to play the last 2 adds with boss, I wanted to use AP here, 45 seconds on the big guy on the bridge, and then AP on boss pool with the 2 adds. My plans didn't go as I wanted to because DH died, I think, soon. And then we also pulled the adds, which was not like the best thing ever for me. Here I used my 45 seconds. I could have waited a bit to see where the gas bag was going to puke, but I had my Insa Arcane Blast up, so I just chose to do that instead. I have no mana here. I'm just gonna use Evocation. I don't know why I held it so long. I should have used it earlier. Maybe I waited for the vomit so that I would be sure not to get hit by it. I almost have AP and CDs up, but I kinda asked the tank, seeing that he has CDs. I thought maybe he wants to pull big, like everything into boss, which would have been like very, very, very dangerous for us. I asked him to pull small because we have 15 seconds left right now on Ruby, and if I can get Ruby off this last ad, it gives me like so much crit, and I almost have like a guaranteed crit on the next boss. So see, I have a macro which I spam. But DH died here, and then not only did he die, but also, like, see, right now we could have pulled. I could have Rubied this guy and then went onto the boss, and it would have been insane. That didn't happen because the DH died and he released. We should have just waited for the Shade to die, just res the DH, would have been faster, because now nobody uses CDs on these 2 ads, and I don't think that's like the best thing ever. Maybe it is. It's really bad for my CDs. I don't know how it is for monks. I don't think it's that bad. It's like they just do, you know, AFK damage basically, waiting to do a big pull to use CDs. DH is almost here. I think I asked somebody to take care of the Relic here because I wanted to CD right on pull. I'm gonna pre-use mirror images not to get aggro, because like I do so much damage on this pool that I would have gotten aggro for sure. I think I crit here as well. Just let's see how high I peak. Oh my god, and I also got the proc. What's that? 78k. Let's see when the explosion comes off. 100k. Okay, 100k is pretty nice. This was my second dungeon with 4-piece, by the way, so compared to the 2-piece, it's like less bursty because you ramp up more damage on the Touch of the Magi. It feels a bit less like implosive, I'd say. But it's still fine. I think I died here, or soon at least. No, I haven't. Anyways, I think you saw there that on my 45-second CDs, I didn't use an Arcane Blast to do my 4th damage of Radiant Spark buff, because I was too close to the boss and I had to move. So I just chose to do an Arcane Explosion. That's fine because Arcane Blast doesn't do that much damage. Of course the third one, like knowing it's the third buff of Kirin Spark, it should do a lot of damage. But that's fine. Yeah, I just got hooked here like an idiot during my CDs, so that's like really bad, and I think I died on them as well. Yeah. So dying on AP is really bad. That was a perfect example of what not to do. I should have just waited a bit and used AP like 10 seconds later when my health would have stabilized and I could have like stayed without moving. Also this boss is like kinda bad for Arcane because we always have to move, so we can't stay casting. But at the same time good because we almost always have the funnel with the 2 ads. See, I have to use CDs now because the ads will die soon and I really want the funnel on my barrage. So 3, 4, and now I use it and I get extra 30% damage on the boss thanks to those 2 ads with my barrage, which is really good. We choose not to use Bloodlust here, so we can Bloodlust like the next pull, even though Tank won't have ink or anything. Oh, he does. Or does he use here? I've got no idea, to be honest. My weak auras are kinda, like the CD tracking ones are kinda sketchy since the new affix, because I don't think they take into account air. We also have CDs soon, but I think I choose to use nothing but the Rune of Power. Yeah, just Rune of Power and trying to get my stacks before we go to the other to the next room. So I have like big CDs for pull. Unluckily for me, even though I waited with my, like, I kinda held CDs. Okay, there was no point in CDing there, but I like made sure to be ready to do big damage on pull with Bloodlust, and we had a bug. Wasn't really surprising since there are so many bugs these days in all kinds of dungeons. But yeah, so the bug was that this guy didn't pop, so I didn't know what to do, to be honest. I just waited a bit with Rune of Power up. I used my Ruby on the lowest target. I just prayed that I critted here, which I did not. I almost died there because I soaked the swirly. I didn't see the shade here, so I got clapped, but we get air pretty soon, so we're gonna stabilize. Oh no, we don't get air, of course, because relics didn't spawn, because why would they? Gotta love the bugs. Just using quick alter time there to ignore the damage, to ease it out for the healer, knowing we're not gonna have an air. Here, people should more focus on orange since it's tyrannical and it's fine. I'm just blocking this because I want to CD. I precasted Rune of Power so I can like use my CDs faster and blinked through in my Rune of Power cast. Also, I used Arcane Orb there for my first Radiant Spark ability because it's not, like, it does decent damage, almost as much as an Arcane Blast. Because I was too close to the AoE, I didn't want to risk. Getting into the AoE. And right now I have CDs back in like 7 seconds, but with the route that we did, we are playing the Captain Pack downstairs. Also, yes, you can blink and dodge that, like you can LOS it, so just do that always. I'm gonna do it again this time. We have the Captain Pack that we're gonna play downstairs, and something pretty crazy happened to me, to be honest, on this pool. Oh my god, Mog died. I didn't even notice he died here because I used my Ruby right now, and I'm just hoping that during my crit buff we're going there. What happens here is I use my full CDs and with mirror images, and I still die through aggro, knowing that there's an earth LA down. So look at the DPS I'm doing. and I think my mirror images die. Yeah, and okay, my touch of the Magi exploded. All my damage was done. I'm not that sad that I died, but I mean, I kind of stole aggro from Earth LA. How does that work? Like, please, game, repair your shit. That's a very, very good pull for Arcane because we want, like, what people want in that pull is to hard focus, hard funnel the captain. And Arcane is so good for that. As you've seen, I've critted so hard on him. He died like so fast. Yeah, I don't know why we pull this here. This is really fucking hard. Like this is actually very hard. But we managed to kill the small ads. We also managed to get which is great because healer has absolutely no mana. We were not that behind on time, so I don't really see the point of doing this pull, but it's fine, I guess. If it works, it works. It's Tyrannical, as do less damage. I think I'm gonna use my Rune of Power and Radiant Spark. I don't wanna risk not having Touch of the Magi for pull. I'm not even risking not having Kiran Spark on the pool. That's why I'm using nothing here and just waiting for this to die. As I'm telling the tank, on the next boss, he has to stack very fast on the banner. You're gonna see how lucky I got on this boss with both like the going down things and like the arena phase, whatever. What you want to do on this boss, what you should is pre-Rune of Power, which I don't have, but it's not that bad. Don't CD right away. You DPS a bit try to use Ruby when he's like very low health, which I did. And CD like right now, when like 3 seconds are left. Because now look, my CD is ready and I have funnel with 2 other ads, which is the banner and on the boss. And I do like so much damage. Sadly, I'm blind, so I die. I get rest. I choose not to take the res, so that the other 2 DPS get into the arena wing, and I can continue doing DPS here because my 45 second cooldowns are back up, which I'm gonna use right away on the next banner. I got giga lucky because the banner is so close, so the tank got on it like very fast, and I got like full funnel off of it and full cleave on it, so like I'm doing as much damage as I possibly could here. I'm trying to kill the banner, not to, even though I could have gone like on boss for the Touch of the Magi window with those clear casting procs. I didn't want to risk not killing the banner when the other 2 DPS came up, so I just used it on it. As you can see, I'm still doing 20k on this boss, and my CDs are back up in 10 seconds. That was a nice random crit. I don't want to use CDs here because the arena thing is almost coming, so I didn't want to like, I don't want to use CDs when that interrupting is down. I didn't want to use CDs when there's no banner down. There's a banner that's gonna pop now and I'm just using CDs on it. I got so lucky here. I got a proc for my intel buff, the doubt. I face it, I get it, and the banner is like in the middle of the arena, so it's always stacked with the boss. That's also so lucky because sometimes the boss jumps away. You know, he jumps in the middle to do what he's doing right now, and he gets too far from the banner for you to cleave on it with Touch of the Magi or to get the funnel on your barrage. And now, because the banner was right in the middle of the map, I just got the funnel and a cleave. I didn't have to worry about it because I had it 100%. I'm using CDs here again because I don't think it's worth waiting like 20 seconds for the next banner. I think I wasn't sure either if there's an arena thing coming soon again. See, yeah, there is. So if I waited, I would have waited for this thing to end, which would have been very bad. Here I'm just doing my stacks. This monk is an absolute god for not kicking me, because if he would have kicked me, I couldn't have my Arcane Harmony legendary 18 stacks, which you can see like in the middle of my screen a bit to the left. I want to have them for the beginning of my next pool, which is, well, the next boss. So, oh, actually I'm using my 45-second CD here. Or I don't think I'm using my barrage because I want to have my 18 stacks for pool. So I'm just burning off my clear casting procs and boss is gonna die. Sadly my Touch of the Magi didn't explode, the boss died before, but that happens sometimes. And yes, this last boss, I have Ruby, I have Potion up. Potion is a 5-minute cooldown, so I'm gonna use it on pool in case the boss lasts like very long, so I can use it again before the timer goes out, because we have 6 minutes left. The monk said here to remember to use defensives on 50, and I remember now that I forgot. You're gonna see I was so close to dying, that was so lucky for me. We're gonna last on 50% because this boss is kind of hardcore. We have 6 minutes to do it. I asked somebody to focus the relic because I want to go on boss. And I almost got the funnel with the 3 relics, but I only got it with because the relic died too fast. That's absolutely fine because you don't want to risk killing a random relic. Is like so good that you don't want to skip on it. I didn't crit on it, on that one there, even though my Ruby was up, even though I was up to like what, 50-60% crit. By the way, you can also see my stats right above my spell queue on the bottom left of your screen. Yeah, so I use my 45 seconds here, which is always the same in single target. Rune of Power, Kyrian Spark, Touch of the Magi, 4 Arcane Blasts into a non-queued barrage, and then clear casting procs if you have. If not, use an Arcane Orb to get 2 stacks. Maybe you get a clear casting proc then, and just try to use a barrage as late as you can on that Touch of the Magi window. After, of course, you did the Radiant Spark combo. I don't know why I'm walking around like that. Okay, basically I was very lucky with this overlap, but still the boss, I didn't get the funnel with the ads because they died too fast. But I got the cleave with the double legendary, so I guess that's something. See how close I was there to dying. I should have invised there for the 60% damage reduction, but I completely forgot. I didn't look at the percent. I was kind of sleepy during this run, to be honest. I'm gonna do 2 more Arcane Explosions, I think. Or maybe... Oh no, my 45 seconds are in 2 seconds, so I'm just gonna use them now. Oh my god, this is so bad. I did a very wise decision here. I didn't use my 45 seconds, only used my 30 seconds. Because boss is at 2 million HP, and I don't think I mean, I might not have time to use my CDs again before boss dies. And it's better to use one time AP than one time your Rune of Power 45-second CDs. So what I did is try to get as many clear casting procs as I could, so I can get my AP on cooldown with my 30 seconds Kyrian Spark, which I almost did. I was 10 seconds off. And now I use my Trinket, my Ruby. I got a proc for my Doubt, which I take the buff from. I use Arcane Orb and not an extra Arcane Blast, because if the frontal of the boss would have been towards me and not on the other way, which I couldn't have guessed, then I would have just died. But with Arcane Orb I managed to move. And I finished this run with 15k, which is pretty good for a TOP, especially on Tyrannical weeks. but Tyrannical looks are better for Arcane because packs die faster, and yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I hope you've learned something from this video.